Good day, everyone. I'm Dr. Cortez, and we're going to discuss today another lesson on international business. But for the first off, I would like to welcome you sa aking video tutorial, and yung mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe sa aking munting channel, may request na subscribe naman po. Salamat. Okay, so we started last meeting on the description of the subject, the course, international business and trade. We also talk about the objectives of the lesson, the outcomes, no? Yung ating tackle last meeting. And by the way, for those who are first time sa aking channel, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Lopez. I call myself as business doctor. Okay, and first off, we talk about this one sa ating course description last meeting. When we say international business, you as a student, business owner, CEO, or plain ordinary people, ito yung background, no, ng ating subject na international. So students will gain a comprehensive understanding on this topic about economic, legal, political, cultural factors, different factors, local and international, that can affect your business. So because of globalization, we no longer confine ourselves in our locality. For example, we don't only do business within the Philippines, but we go beyond the borders, ASEAN, Asia, and Europe, North America. That is globalization. That is the background of our topic. So in this subject, ito yung mga objectives natin. Understand the key concepts and theories of international trade. Analyze the influence of global economic, political, and cultural factors. It is important that we should know those macro environment ng isang business so that we can survive, especially if we are doing business outside our locality. And also important to evaluate the role of international organizations, business organization, trade policies, and agreements. Those international business organization that we can join, and so that we can fit or with our counterparts to develop strategies for entering and competing in international markets, assess the impact of globalization. So, itong limang to, no? These are the objectives natin at the end of the subject, maybe for 4 months from now. These are the things that you are capable of doing. So, ito yung ating learning outcomes. And outlines, I'm going to lay down the outlines. So I think we have prepared here 15 topics, no? From prelim, midterm, pre-finals, the final term. So we have 4 topics per major exam or per term. So we start with introduction, global culture, ethics, social responsibility. So more or less, ito yung these are also present sa ibang mga management or business courses nyo. But the difference is we are doing this on a global or international perspective. Even if you are familiar with these topics, but maybe they are only confined to the local perspective. Baka sa Pilipinas lang, no? It is important that we have international, global perspective. So, as I said, we have like 15 topics. So, lahat ng mga concept about business, I guess, ay nandito. For example, form of ownership, one business, so global, also global marketing, global financial management. So, parang ano rin tol, management, pero international perspective yung ating gagawin. Alright. And ito yung first part ng ating week 1, ng ating week lesson, and I'm going to present another slide as a continuation of this topic. This is part 2 of week 1 lesson. Let me start with the very first one slide. Okay. So, continuation of week 1, lesson 1. So, objective of the lessons to be taken. The topics for this lesson, continuation of week number 1. So we have a handful of topics. What is international business? Why there is a need for international, types of international business, globalization, present changes, the impact, and factors influencing globalization. Yeah. So let's take this one. Why? What is international business? Dati kasi, pag sinabi international business, napaka-defined. Na talagang ikaw ay foreign-owned company, foreign-owned corporation. But now, because of globalization, you are slowly removing the barriers, the boundaries when it comes to doing business. The international business consists of transactions that are devised and carried out across national borders. We go beyond the borders. Hindi lang sa Pilipinas. Para sa ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nation, di ba meron tayong 10 countries dyan. The Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, Burma, Laos, Thailand, Singapore, yung mga ASEAN eh. So we are now free to do business with those countries. We are crossing borders na with them. Hindi tulad dati na napaka-strict when it comes to trade. Although dati meron na talagang mga trade partners tayo, pero hindi tulad din na napaka-free because of globalization. No? Especially sa ASEAN. At talagang hindi po lang masyadong mga restrictions when we do business with those 9 countries sa ASEAN. Yan. That is one aspect of globalization. Sa anong objectives? Pag pumasok naman talaga sa business, your most often than not, your purpose is to get profit, to earn profit, di ba? Kumita ka. But sometimes you have, pag medyo lumalaki ka na, and your business is now growing, it is now expanding, hindi na profit. Madalas yung pinaka-purpose mo dyan, objectives. For example, pag medyo malaking ka na, ang purpose mo dyan to be known, to be well-known, to be popular, to compete, to serve, to give products and services sa mga customers for satisfaction. And to survive, yan. Mag-expand pa ng mag-expand. Yun ang mga purpose mo din eh. Sometimes, pag malaking-malaki ka na, diba? You want to help the community, you want to help the country, Kasi no longer the profit kasi may profit ka na dyan, no? Pag masyadong malaki na. Tulad ni Bill Gates, di ba? Hindi na profit yung kanyang purpose. Kasi automatic, maraming profit. Si Bill Gates, pero sa ibang objective, example, to help the needy, to help those less fortunate places on earth like in Africa. So ano na siya, parang philanthropy na siya. Iba na kanyang purpose. So when we expand, you have a purpose, no? If you go global, meron kang purpose eh. Expansion. And the need for international business. Bakit kailangan mo ba? Hindi pa pwedeng sa Pilipinas lang. Ibang reason bakit meron tayong need to go global. So more and more firms around the world are going global, including manufacturing, service, trading companies, merchandising companies, mga hybrid companies, they are now going global. So kahit ikaw ay manufacturing daw, service, or trading, you go beyond the borders. Yan mga reason. So walang exception. Akala natin pag-service Pilipinas lang, di ba? Because of internet, kahit service-based business ka, you go global. For example, I have a friend. He is into a service-based business. He provides internet service. He provides website publishing. So, sila sa Pilipinas, no? Kanya mga client because of the advent of internet. So, at service ka, you can go global business type. Son, okay. Go global. So one reason, no? Why we should go global. Nakalakad dito. Reason. Example. Pag mayroong international business, it costs the flow idea, service, capital across the world. Yan. Maganda yung panipaganda yun. Go global, di ba? Example, yung McDonald's nga, di ba? Dati, lamak na sa Pilipinas. But because they go internationally, we're able to consume yung mga burgers na kinakain sa Amerika. Ayan. And also, the flow of ideas, transfer of technology. Mga nagnegosyo dito sa Pilipinas, di ba? We can learn from them. Ganon din pa ikaw ay nag-go abroad. You can also learn from international business, no? The transfer of ideas and technology. So, natututo tayo, di ba? Hindi na nagiging ignorante sa mga latest. Especially ng mga kung masyadong ginagamit ng internet. Yan. And also, the flow of capital, yung mga, example, no? One of the good things about those investors coming into the country, yung kanilang pera napupunta dito sa atin. Their capital napupunta sa atin. So, pag maraming mga international business doing business in the country, yung ating dollar reserves lumalaki. More capital is pouring in sa atin, di ba? So, ganang mga real investment, source of income din, di ba? Source of employment. Offers consumers new choices. Di ko kanina dati puro bidding ka lang tayo, but when burgers started coming to the country in the 1970s, kung nakita ko dati ng burger I was in elementary. Ang pagkain niya, para sa muna mayroong mga palaman, di ba? Marami pa rin. Yung pa yung burger, no? Na tinatawag. So, we're able to have more choices, alternatives. Diba? Makatikim man lang ng mga imported. Diba? McDo, Subway sandwich, KFC. Diba? We're able to get more alternatives when it comes to new taste. No? fried chicken. Diba? May Korean chicken na pupunta sa atin diba? So natitikman natin ibang variety. How do they prepare your fried chicken? It permits the acquisition of wider variety of products. More products for us, imported, mas matibay naman ito. May mga time to lang mas matibay yung mga imported goods kesa locally produced. Diba? So, facilities the mobility of labor, capital, and technology. Ito, no? Yung mga Pilipino, mga negosyante Pilipino, they go abroad. Sometimes they will bring in with them mga Pilipino para magtrabaho sa abroad. So, we have chance to work abroad because of this one, because of international is papaikot. Ilang tayo sa Pilipinas natututo mag-work but also abroad, then pagbalik nyo dito, when they come in, mga isang mga nurses, di ba? They go abroad, balik dito, yung ba nilang mga ideas or know-how, dadala dito. Pag nandikoso ka sa Singapore, natuto ka doon, di ba? Japan, ito maganda yun sa Japan, mga resto. Ang gaganda na kanilang mga operation, di ba? You come to the country, pwede mong kopyahin, di ba? Yung mga ginagawa nila doon. Provides challenging employment opportunities. Mas malaki naman talagang magpasweldo yung mga di ba? Yung mga MNC, multinational companies, mga BPO, di ba? Mas mataas pang sweldo sa BPO. BPO they are international business, diba? Doing based in the country. Service-based, diba? And some BPO workers have the chance to gain more higher salary, more competitive salary, benefits sa mga employers nilang nasa BPO. Reallocate resources, make preferential choices, achieve activities sa global level. Gumagaling tayo pag may mga counterpart tayo nag-invest Pilipinas. Parang we are not complacent anymore. Dapat sumabay tayo sa kanila. So, parang gumagaling tayo. Yung ating mga skills naging global. Di tulad ng pag dito ka lang, akala mo you are the best, diba? Pero pag sinabay ka pala sa mga foreign counterpart, ako, talo, diba? So, sumasabay tayo sa kanilang mga skills. Types of international business. Ito yung mga general categories ng international business. Export-import trading is a example of international business. You do exporting, example, mga cottage industry or local products, then you export it. So, that is international. Ang pampasok sa Pilipinas na mga multinational products are also part of international. Pero mas maganda, no? Yung mas maraming export kaysa import. Bakit pag mas maraming import tayo mas okay yung mas marami tayo na-export. FDI, or we call this the foreign direct investment. Ito yung mga negosyanteng from abroad going to the country para magtayo ng negosyo dito. Example, mga factories sa Laguna, Batangas, Cavite, di ba? Those are multinational company doing business in the country. So, ito yung mga FDI. Meron tayong licensing. That is different from franchising. Kasi ang franchising, example, McDonald's. Nag-franchise ka ng McDonald's. Yung buong business operation ng McDonald's, dapat mong sundin. Product design, design of store, marketing, operation, equipment, uniforms, lahat susundin mo, no? Yung kanilang buong business model is to be used. So that is franchising. Ang licensing naman, iba, you are just given a license, example, to manufacture a product in the country. without copying the whole business model. Example, binigyan ng license ng Nike na mag-manufacture ng product sa Pilipinas under their brand. So that is only licensing. And we have the management contracts. Example dito mga BPO, mga service-based business. They do business in the country. Dahil yung kanilang operation naman ay nandito, pero ito yung buong company. Nandito. Yung ano lang, yung di ba ang BPO, parang nasa subcon, pinapasubcon sa atin yung mga calls. So instead of a multinational company receiving the calls from the client, pinapasubcon nila yon sa ibang companies. No? In our case, ito yung mga BPO. So that is a management contract type of business, negosyo. So dito, baka meron dito mga BPO. I have lots of students who are in the BPO. Competitive naman yung kanilang salary. Kasi ang kanilang ang owners ng BPO, mga British, American. So, they give more competitive salary. Let's go to globalization. Umiikot yan. Yung kanyang benefit, the impact of globalization. Maganda to. So, basahin nga natin. So, because of globalization, for the first time in history, yes, the availability of international products and services can be accessed by individuals in many countries from diverse economic background. Yan. Alala ko dati yung elementary ako. Yung mansanas, parang hirap bilhin. Kasi parang, ano lang siya, parang pasko mo lang sa mga bibilin. But now, because of globalization, those import, parang, kasi diba, mahal lang mansanas kasi yung import tax, mahal eh. But when they relax the import taxes, trade liberalization, pinabawasan ang taxes, yung price ng isang mansanas ay naging mura na rin. Because of, kasi you go global, di ba? Yung usapan sa global, sige, we'll do this with you guys, but dapat mutual, reciprocal yung natin agreement. No? Dapat when we lessen your taxes, dapat tax namin mabaan nyo rin. Mutual, di ba? So we are able to access those products na dati hindi natin nabibili kasi masyadong mahal. And now, because of globalization, we can use those things mabilisan. Kasi mga barko ngayon, malalaki na, di ba? Parang isang biyahe ng barko parang daming laman ng mga products from abroad. Isang biyahe siguro, that is good for 1 year consumption, di ba? In isang country. Okay, and mga statistics. When it comes to international, this recent data sa international business. Total world trade declined dramatically after 2000 but is again rise. By the way, ito yung mga organizations na sinasalihan natin, mga groups of nations are combining. Meron silang mga base groups Example sa Pilipinas, we belong to the ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nation. Sa Europe naman, they have this European Economic Community. Meron tayong APEC, mga countries sa Pacific. So meron tayong isang grupo or organization na nakatulong sa atin when it comes to business. Example, lahat ng countries kasama sa APEC. Yan. So, madali lang makipag-trade sa mga countries na kasama sa APEC kasi we belong to APEC. We belong to ASEAN. Pero hindi tayo kasama sa we don't belong to European Economic Community kasi hindi wala tayo sa Europe. Pero mga countries na kasama sa European Economic Community like Germany, Italy, diba? So, madali sila makapag-trade sa kanila kasi magkakagrupo sila. The rate of globalization is accelerating. Bilis na, no? Because of internet. Mabilis na. Yung knowledge sa mga taga-Amerika ay knowledge din natin because of the internet. Regionalization is taking place, resulting in trading blocks. Ito kasi yan, that is regional organization. Itong European, that is regional organization, APEC. Okay. So parang may mga trade blocks. Example tayo, trade blocks tayo. Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Indonesia. So magkaka-trade block yan. Isang trade block yan. We do trade with those countries. Ito naman, magkaka-trade block naman sila. Italy, Finland, Germany, France, Switzerland, ayan. Magkaka-trade. So, kanya-kanyang trade block. Parang kanya-kanyang grupo, di ba? Sabi ko kanina. And they have benefit if they are doing trades within their groups. Siguro, less tariff, less customs duties, less import taxes. Participation of countries in world trade is shifting. Globalization refers to a scenario where countries and nations around the world becomes interconnected and interdependent for meeting their needs, both internal and external. Example guys sa euro, meron silang euro, no? So isang pera lang ginagamit nila doon. Euro, tinatawag siyang euro. European countries sila, di ba? Di tulad sa Philippines, di tulad sa Asia na merong peso, merong yen, isang country, iba-iba yung ginagamit na currency. Pero sa euro, isang currency na ginagamit na nila, no? And that is the euro. So they are interdependent, interconnected. Sa ano rin din, sa ASEAN, we are also interdependent. Example, pag wala tayong masyadong supply ng bigas, so madali lang tayo makapagkuha ng supply sa other countries like Brunei, Vietnam. Kasi magkaka-trade block tayo. The same thing that we can also export to them. Anong wala sila, export natin sa kanila. Kung anong wala tayo, i-import natin sa kanila. Example, ibang countries wala silang mga masyadong ginagamit na mga ginagamit sa computers, di microchips. No? Pilipinas nag-produce yan eh. Wala sila, so ibigay natin sa kanila. Pag wala tayong mga oil, pag wala tayong rubber, so we don't import from countries selling those commodities. No? So parang we are just one big community. Paano magkakapit-bahay, di ba? Pag wala kang kasi, bigas sa kapit-bahay, wala kang bigas, sa probinsya, pag sa province, ang asukal, hiram ka muna. Ayan. So, magkakapit-bahay tayo sa ASEAN. So, ano mga more on globalization? Globalization creates great opportunities for firms in less industrialized countries tap into more and larger markets around the world. For example, we are third world countries. Meron ng mga countries na industrialized eh. Na example, Korea, Japan, ayan, Thailand, mga ano sila eh. China, industrialized countries. Tayo, third world countries pa rin tayo. Okay? But ang China, napakalaking market ng China. Darating time, China will become the biggest economy surpassing the United States. No? Imagine mo ilang Chinong ang sa buong mundo, billions. So pag natap natin yung Chinese market, ito malaking income para sa iyo. Kaya nga yung Jollibee nag-open ang market, nag-open ang branch sa China kasi they know that China is a good is a big market. Pag pinasukan mo yan, ako ang daming pwedeng bumili ng products mo. Ikaw din pag nag-export ka sa China, so maraming maraming market. Plus the outflow of capital, di ba? Pag isang franchise sa mga Chinese, no? So more income kasi franchise fee. Example, 50 million isang branch ng Jollibee. Pag ikaw naman nag-market ng branch sa Japan, ayan, technology naman yung ang makukuha mo sa kanila. So, ibig sabihin yan, pag meron kayong mga ka-trade ng mga countries and you have a good relationship, benefit sa atin yun eh. Pag nag-import tayo sa kanila, so yung tax, pwede lang babaan. Pag nag-export sa kanila, so pwede pa sila mag-request ng mas malaking export from us, di ba? To their countries. Kasi meron tayong good relation eh. Yan ang maganda sa globalization. Factors influencing globalization. So bakit? Why we go global? Historical, example, we have a good relationship with the United States. Bigyan natin, matagal na. So we can go global to them. Siguro, mas marami tayong ini-export sa United States because historically, ibigan natin yan. In contrast, may mga countries na hindi natin masyadong kaibigan. Okay? So parang we are hesitant to do business with those countries na wala tayong good relationship. Example, North Korea, China. Buti nga China ngayon medyo kaibigan na natin. Mga Middle East countries, no? Parang may mga Middle East countries na tayo masyadong may magandang trade relation with them. Economy. So, pag meron tayong pure competition na economy, pag sinabing pure competition, welcome. Lahat ng taong gusto magnegosyo, welcome. Basta meron kang capital. Pero pag ang economy ay example, socialist economy, bawal magnegosyo. So wala mga foreign companies na kapupunta dito. But since we have a capitalist economy sa Pilipinas, pure competition. So multinational companies are welcome to do business sa atin. Number 3, resources and market. So and sinabi ko kanina pag if we know that China is a good market, so we can branch out doon. Pero pag wala kang pera, pag limited na yung resources, baka hindi ka mag-go global Sabi mo gusto ko mag-branch out sa Singapore, ang aming capital is limited. Aming financial limited, human resources limited. So parang hold back muna natin. Saka tayo mag-expand, no? Pag meron tayong additional capital. Yan, yung those are factors, political, pag masyadong magulo isang country, so we are also hesitant to do business with them. Ano mga countries yung medyo magulo ngayon? Politically. Sudan, mga European countries, Syria, medyo magulo dun Papua New Guinea, medyo maingay, no? Ngayon, so parang huwag muna ngayon. Right? And technologies, so internet is good for us. Kasi you can do you can accept orders kahit sino malayo. Walang problema sa payment kasi mayroon tayong mga ginagamit na platform like GCash, Paymaya, PayPal, bank transfer. Samantalang dati, parang pag may umorder sa abroad, parang you don't want to sell to them kasi natakot ka pagdating sa bayaran. Ngayon, di ba, it's very easy. PayPal. Right? So parang talagang problema Dati kasi, nagtataka tayo, paano ka magbibenta ibang countries? To check it through Western Union lang. Matagal dati sa Western Union, di ba? Ngayon, PayPal, GCash. So, mabilis na lang. Advantages of globalization. Ito natin to, no? Naging matalino tayo, gumagaling tayo sa technology. Kasi we can copy the techniques of other countries. The globalization broadens our minds. Dati, Filipino ugali lang, no? Yung ating alam. But now, because of going outside the country, we were exposed to different culture na na-embrace na rin natin. May mga culture ibang countries na rin na na-embrace natin and which benefit tayo because of globalization. Example, being on time. Dati Filipino time hindi tayo, di ba? Pero pag na-expose sa ibang countries doing business, on time. Pag na-expose ka sa mga Japanese counterparts, Japanese na mga businessmen, we embrace their culture. At meron maganda sila mga kultura. Diba? Pagdating sa business. Advantage, closer contact with foreign people make us quite familiar with their manners, habits, and customs. Diba kasi ang Asian sa American, diba sa European, we can't avoid dealing business with those people. Important, we should know yung kanilang customs and traditions. Example, pagkausap mo Japanese, dapat you should be there in the appointment time, ahead of time. Like 30 minutes early ka dapat. Pag Amerikano kausap mo, dapat eksakto. Eksakto kang nandoon. Okay? Pagkausap mo yung mga Amerikano, dapat direct to the point. Ang kwentuhan, ang usapan. Pagkausap mo yung mga Asian, may mga introduction pa pag mga Asian kausap. May inuman pa, di ba? May inuman pa may kainan muna before you go into business with them. Pero mga Amerikano, direct to the point Mga European naman, medyo conservative compared to the Americans. Kasi they value, example, the Europeans, they value privacy. Dapat may distansya pag kausap. Advantage of globalization, improving international relation. Ayan. So, that is a given, di ba? Pag may counterpart come from abroad, naging kaibigan natin sila. Because of this one. Marami na naging kaibigan ng mga countries na dati hindi natin kausap. Example, China nga, di ba? China, hindi natin masyadong kaibigan natin. But now, because of globalization, naging trade partner natin sila. Ilang United States na yung ating mga kausap. Students can study anywhere in the world, especially sa mga American universities. Marami pa Pilipino nag-aaral dyan Yung mga business leaders sa Pilipinas, most of them did study abroad. Marami ang Asian. Karamihan sa I read a data na karamihang nag-aaral sa mga American universities yung mga Asian, mga Asiano, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, di ba? So, natututo tayo sa kanila. Ang maganda dito, after their graduation, they go back to the country. For example, si Zubeldi Ayala. Miss Zubeldi Ayala, I forgot if that is Fernando Zubel or Augusto Zubel. He graduated from Harvard, then when he came to the country, so siya nagmamanage sa kanilang companies. He had man know-how sa Harvard. He was able to bring into the country. Okay, pag mayroong advantage, siyempre, may thumbs down. Yet, the disadvantages of globalization. Ganun naman talaga, di ba? The two sides of the coin, lagi may two sides. May hindi maganda, tapos mayroong maganda sa globalization. So, water break muna tayo. Di pangit. Or not so good. Okay, moving on to continue. Disadvantages. Okay, increasing the gap between the rich and the poor. So, bakit? Kasi ikaw ay pag nag-negosyo, you go abroad. One result is expansion. Growth ng iyong company. So, mas mayaman yung mga sa Pilipinas, mas mayaman yung mga dating mayaman. Kasi exporting dollars. Environmental pollution, why? Those multinational companies coming into the country, example, they build, they create, and establish their factory sa provinces natin. So, air pollution yan eh. And water pollution. Plus noise pollution. Global warming. Disadvantage, fail to preserve their old tradition, customs, and culture. Ayan, nawawala, di ba? Kasi pag may invasion, mga businessmen coming to the country, injection of new technology, new culture, new perspective, may naalis may pinapalitan kasi. Di ba? Parang you can coexist. If you want change, meron kang iwanan eh. Right? If you want to embrace new culture, new technology, may isang culture kang iwanan eh. Diba? Yung mga nauna nating kultura. That is natin. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worst. No? Ano nangyari? Example, culture natin na Filipino time. Kapag sa Filipino time, we are not always on time. We are always late ng 30 minutes. Pag pinalitan niya ng American time, maganda, di ba? At ang isang culture na not on time, napalitan ng always on time culture, which is good, no? Para sa atin. Disadvantage, local industries could not compete with their global counterpart to the point na namamatay o nawawala ang isang local industry. Minsan, isang local industry nakakasabay eh. At natututo at gumagaling because of hindi ka dapat tutulog-tulog pag meron kang counterpart. But sometimes, ang isang local industry hindi talaga masyadong makasabay kaya isang bagong dating from abroad. No way but to go down. They'll close down the company. Masasarado ng mga yan. Kasi mga disadvantages of globalization, international trade. Sa importance naman tayo. Importance of globalization. Nandiyan ba kayo? Before I continue, pwede ba pa-click naman yung mga subscribe button sa aking puting channel. Salamat in advance, guys. Okay, tuloy tayo. We are incredibly aware of what is happening anywhere or around the world. This makes us incredibly updated with current events. Internet part of globalization, di ba? Ang bilis eh. Di ba? Hindi wala dati, pa yung na-recall. Nung wala pang internet, pag merong balita ngayong gabi, kinabukasan mo pa yan malalaman sa dyaryo. But now, real time, no? Real time. You're always updated with current events. Pag mayroong binaril, pag mayroong baha, pag may binaril sa United States, minutes lang, nalalaman natin that somebody was assassinated. Pantalang dati, hindi updated eh. During my time, dati mahilig akong magbasa ng dyaryo. High school pa lang ako, mahilig magbasa ng dyaryo. So, updated ako sa current events. Kaya lang, 12 hours pa bago ko malaman yung balita, yung events na nangyari. At now, isang, viral ka agad, di ba? Kung meron yung balitang latest na we want to know. Kaya nga, yung dyaryo, obsolete na eh. Mga dyaryo nga na online, meron sa online version. Importance, social awareness. When we see something taking place somewhere around the world, we attempt to make it a part of our own culture as well. And this gives rise to social and political advancement. Parang, na tayo? Americanized. Yung uso, example, damit, no? Clothing, outfit. Paano uso sa United States? Hindi tayo maghahantay ng ilang buwan bago mauso sa atin. Kasi kita natin sa social media. Dati lang. And they also bring here yung kanilang mga ginagawa doon. So, parang sabi nga nila we are now a big global community. Walang boundary, walang nakaharang, walang barriers. So na dati na ibang-iba yung suot ng mga ibang lugar, no? Ibang countries. Pero ngayon nasa moda na rin tayo, di ba? Kung anong uso sa Korea, sinusuot na rin natin. Communication, its ability to stay connected has been globalization and even more widespread phenomenon. It broadened our social horizon and allowed us the scope to grow as individual. Okay, I want to underscore here, stay connected phenomenon. Okay, so why we are connected. Parang sarap na magtrabaho ng abroad kasi wala nang problema communication. Dito na dati na pag ikaw yung nag-abroad, nag-Saudi, tatay mo, parang every 2 months ang sulat. Pero ngayon, every day, you can communicate with them. So parang hindi na masyadong malungkot, no? Pag ikaw ay nag-abroad. Kasi ang bilis eh. Kahit araw-araw mo kausap, pwede mangyari yan. Economic opportunity sa isang countries na poor or third world countries pag mayroong globalization, increasing the scope for earning a livelihood manifold. We can pursue disciplines and work fields of our own choice. You can work online. You can earn income online without going outside your house because of the internet. Kasi mga di ba, you can work from home even if you are working in BPO. You can work from home. You can work as a VA, virtual assistant. Kahit sa bahay ka lang. May mga jobs nga, may mga work na mag-click ka lang, magpo-post ka lang ng video, magla-likes ka lang, mayroon ka ng income. Hindi masyadong malaki, di ba? Pwede ka namang pwede ka marketing affiliate. Example, I tried one time to be a marketing affiliate of Adidas. Ay post ko ng products nila. Pag may bumili, di ba, meron kang commission. Ang products wala dito sa Pilipinas. Masarap good. So meron kang opportunity kahit sa bahay ka lang. Free trade. So globalization, free trade. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, ASEAN countries, no? They are free to go trade, to do business with Thailand. Yan. So parang yung ano mo, may mga countries nga, di ba sabi ko kanina, may mga countries na meron sa mga trade blocks. Sa organization, and they are free to trade. Walang masyadong taxes. Walang masyadong tariff na babayaran because of globalization. Yan. Kahit outside, di ba? Pwede parang wala masyadong gastos pag ikaw ay nag-branch out sa Singapore. Although you still have to follow their law. Pero yung pagpunta, hindi masyadong mabigat, di tulad dati na they are very strict. Parang closed door policy, di ba? Na hindi pwede mag-basis sa kanila. But now, because of globalization, parang mas okay na ngayon, mas relax na yung kanilang mga batas. Okay, I know this one is the last slide. And these are my references. And I am hoping that you have learned, guys, sa ating discussion today. And thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with me. And sana sa mga susunod ng mga video tutorial ay makapanood pa kayo. So sa aking mga viewers dyan, subscribers, this has been Dr. Cortez Ducrich. I am your basis doctor at maraming salamat.